Hello everyone, this is Coach Akash Nair from Fitter. Today I just want to put in some information about calorie counting and why it is important to be exact with your calories and the measurements of food. Now to get a context, let's look at what energy balance is. Now it is all about calories in versus calories out. What that means is, let's take the example of calorie deficit, for instance. Now, if you want to lose body fat, get leaner, right, the amount of calories that you consume in a day should be lesser than what you spend, right? Let's say, for example, I spend 3,000 calories in a day, and if I want to get leaner, if I want to shed body fat, I have to consume lesser than 3,000 calories, right? So I could be eating 2,500, and that will be a deficit of 500 calories. That is what calorie deficit means, right? The other way around also, right? If I want to gain weight, if I want to add more muscle mass, I would obviously want to consume more than what I am spending. So if I'm spending 3,000 calories for me to gain weight or gain fat or gain muscle, I would have to consume in excess of 3,000. So I would start at 3,200, 3,300 calories to begin with. So that's a calorie surplus, and this is a calorie deficit. Okay. Now, why is it important to be precise with your calories? Let's take the simple example of a chapati or a roti. Now, most of the times on several occasions, people have this question, like when we give them diet charts and nutrition plans, why do we include the breakdown of the raw materials? As in, why do I tell you, use 50 grams of atta or wheat flour, or 50 grams of rice, and then cook how many ever chapatis you make out of that, instead of saying eat just 2 chapatis or 3 chapatis. Now see, the size of a roti, a chapati or a fulka is not universal, right? It varies. It depends on the size, it depends on the thickness, it depends whether you add oil or ghee into it. Right. Now see, I could make 1 chapati out of 50 grams of atta. I could also make 1 chapati out of 75 grams of atta. I can also make it out of 30 grams of atta. Right. The calories would then differ because no matter what part of the world you are in, 50 grams of atta will always have 173 calories, give or take. Right. And it would also vary, like if you use oil, if you use ghee, a lot of people add like a teaspoon of oil on top of their fulkas. That will give you excess of 45 calories. So then how do you be precise? Like when I tell you eat only 2 chapatis, how can I get you to be at 173 calories per 50 grams without telling you use 50 grams? That is the easiest way to be precise with everything. Let's take another example of sambar, right? 1 serving or 1 bowl of sambar. Common South Indian food, a curry. Dal, you generally add things like dal, these vegetables like carrots, potatoes, drumsticks and tomatoes. It could vary a little depending upon your taste and your preferences. So if I take a serving of sambar which includes 35 grams of dal, 75 grams of carrots, 50 grams of potatoes, 100 grams of drumsticks and 50 grams of tomatoes, I will come to around 197.5 calories. Let's round it off to 200. And at the same time, you could also have another serving which only has 25 grams of dal in it, and 50 grams carrot, 60 grams potatoes, 60 grams of drumstick, 70 grams of tomatoes. That is 159.7. Let's round it off to 160. 160 calories per serving, 200 calories per serving. Now you might ask, 40 calories, that isn't too much. It isn't too much, sure thing. But you do that, like if you're taking 40 excess calories for 10 days, that's 400 calories. If you're taking that additionally for 20 days, that's 800 calories. Now this is just for one food item. Like if you're doing this for other things also, like other food sources, let's say with your rice, with your chapati, you're getting 40 extra calories from a different food source also. That will make sure that your calorie intake is going to go very high compared to what you want it to be. So guesswork doesn't, work the best. Now, if you want precise results, it is always best to stay precise with your calorie tracking. Now, it's very simple. This is simple science, and it's been proven time and time out again. People use it all the time and they get good results out of it. So if you have a certain goal in mind, it is always best to try out new things. If you continue doing your old ways of, you cannot expect new results by repeating the old things over and over again. So like when you start calorie counting, when you're new to it, it will be a little awkward because you've not done it before. But yeah, once you get the hang of it, you'll understand how it is and it will become a part of your life. So I hope this helps, and do let me know if you have any more subjects which you would want me to cover. Now these food sources, you can find them all on the Fitter app. You can just use the diet tool over there, and it's got a huge variety of foods that you can refer to. I hope you like this little piece of information. This is Coach Akash Nair from Fitter. You have a good one. Take care.